Well, it's that time. It's time for me to react to what I said back in October for who would make the NRA Season 8 playoffs. And from what I think I remember, I think I'm pretty close. I don't fully remember what I said. I think playoff drivers, I think I was pretty close on. But the seeding, I have a feeling I'm not going to be great at during this. Um, Hold on, let me look at the actual playoffs. Okay, so here you see the playoffs. I was the 1, Oda was the 2, Smile was the 3, Iron was the 4, Tanuki the 5, Queso the 6, Hank the 7, and King the final spot in, but that was because he missed the final race of Daytona. So it didn't really help. You can also see I have stuff laid out over here for the playoff picture itself, in which I will do a playoff championship prediction with everything as well later. But right now, I have to do this stuff. So it's time for us to react to all of this. I'm just gonna skip ahead to the predictions. I know I do an intro here.
Welcome 6 for 8, 5 or 8, something to happen.
Yeah, so I was 5 for 8, I think, last season because I predicted Soaring Little Dave and there was someone else I predicted to get in the playoffs that missed. I forget. But I know I was 5 for 8 last season, and I'm pretty sure I did better this season.
So I'm hoping to improve on last season's
Which I think I
predictions,
did.
which you're in is no longer a thing. Still remember that
Yep.
when I'm going through
And I had to think about this on who I thought was the more consistent drivers this season, not winning your in anymore, which helped a lot.
all of the being said, very much like last season, starting at 1 being the most likely to make the playoffs and 8 being the least likely, but still makes the playoffs. So at 1, just like last season, I'm putting myself there.
Okay,
And that is
well,
because I
I
think I
predicted
am
that
going to
right.
be, once again, the most consistent driver in the league. I did not DNF it. Ugh, I didn't not
Jesus, I
finish
could
a
not
race
talk during this.
last season. I made it to the line every time. And my average finish was in the 2s, I'm pretty sure, which was by far the highest out of anyone last season.
Let's
Very
see
self-explanatory why I have myself at 1.
what happens here.
At 2, might actually shock a little people. I'm putting Smile. At the
Okay,
time of me
that was
recording, we're in the
not
middle of Fall League. There's
actually
a race
a
tonight.
bad guess. He finished third.
Um,
I'm pretty sure.
he's looked very
That
good in
was wow.
MWRT.
Okay.
Now, he didn't look amazing in D2 last season when we were in MWRT, but so far he's looked very good in the Cup cars.
Oh,
So
I'm
I'm putting him
so
at
glad I
2
put
right
him way
now
up
because
here.
I've got a
Thank
very good
God.
feeling he will
Okay,
be
good.
consistent
I'm glad I
in
did this. I'm glad I put
D1
him up
this
here.
season, unlike last season. My 3 seed also could shock a couple people. Is going to be Queso,
Oh,
who
okay.
is a
I put him a little high, but to be fair, and I probably say it in this, going into the season, him being like the MWRT guy, that's what everyone kind of labeled him as, is the guy for MWRT and all the strategy. Very much should have won um D2 last season over Hank, but he got screwed over with his pit stall. But yeah, um little high. He didn't show up a lot early season, and that kind of hurt him. But yeah, I still got him correct, which I'm glad I got him in the playoffs. I just put him a little high.
rookie, technically, in D1 this season, but he is the mastermind behind MWRT Racing.
And he
He
was. He
has
showed
been
a
around
lot
it
that
for a long time,
he showed
knows
he was a
the
strategist in that game.
strategies, knows all the
But I
tracks
would
really
say
well.
I don't think he's very
He
much the fastest
by
driver
far has
anywhere.
the
I don't
most
think he's
experience on this
close to
game
being the
out of
fastest driver at the
anyone in the
moment.
league. I do not see a way how he does not, first of all, make the playoffs and then get a win at some point. He's
Dude,
going to have a fuel strategy win. It's some
he didn't. He didn't have a fuel strategy win. He had an Atlanta win in a photo finish. He was not close to getting a fuel strategy win. And when I say that, I mean like he wasn't close to the leader. He finished using fuel strategy. He improved his like finishing position because of fuel strategy in a couple races, but he did not come close to winning in fuel strategy races this season, which that's a wrong that I got from this prediction.
now we go to the guys that probably should make the playoffs, but it wouldn't be, I shouldn't say like that. It would be a shock.
God,
You
just
could
get to it.
sort of see it coming.
Me.
First is going to be King in this category.
Okay, so King was in fifth going into Daytona. He technically wasn't locked in going into the race at Daytona, but there was only one case scenario that he wouldn't have made it, and that would have been, and it was a very specific finishing order in the top like 5 or 6 for King to be eliminated. So where I put him is kind of where he probably would have been as long as he actually showed up to the race. So I'm gonna say this is a win for the prediction.
Also during Fall League, he's looked consistent. He hasn't looked like the absolute best driver, but
Consistent was a very good word for me to use there. He was definitely consistent this season. Me and him, me, him, and Oda kept talking about how we were the most consistent drivers all season. I always said I was the most consistent. King always said he was the most consistent. Oda, all that stuff. We were the top 3 when it came to consistency, especially early on in the season.
he's looked decent. D2 last season, MWRT didn't look great.
Dude, and I'm so lucky I didn't take last season MWRT too harsh because God, I don't know if I would have put King up here or even Smile because they did not. They were on pace with Dylan, and Dylan was not doing great last season.
He was running mid pack a lot of the time. He was
Yeah.
never really contending for wins a lot
hmm
on true like skill tracks.
And that's what I was worried about with a lot of these drivers
Um,
is they weren't gonna be able to find their
but
way up
yeah,
to the lead and get wins.
I
But I'm glad I
think
was
he'll
wrong
still make the
about
playoffs.
that.
I personally would be shocked if he missed the playoffs because at least in D1 so far, he's been very consistent. Now,
Yeah.
it's going to be Tanuki, your defending champ.
Dang,
All
I
the way down to
still have not.
5, you say?
Hey, but this was a very good prediction. He was not, even though it's, oh my God, it's the same story as last season. He has 2 wins on the season right now. Some would say he's a championship favorite at the moment, but just looking through the season, I can't put him in that contending for championship category for myself. And I'm fine that I put him at 5 because if he didn't win, he was not in the top 3. It was he either won or was like 5th or something like that, 5th or 6th. It was very on and off for Tanuki this season.
Yes. From what I've heard from a couple people, he's not super confident in himself this season. I don't think he likes MWRT as a game. I could sort of see it when he raced a bit in D2 last
Oh
season
yeah,
when
and
we were
he
at
was not great in
MWRT. He
MWRT
wasn't crazy
D2
fast and
in
dominant like he has been in other
season
games.
3 or season
And that
4 of
does
D2.
truly make me feel like he's not going to come anywhere close to the season he just had in season 7.
I don't know if he's I don't know if I would say he's nowhere close to where he was last season, but I definitely don't think he's there. I don't think he's at all at the level he was last season, but I don't know if I would say he's nowhere close to that level.
Could see him only getting a max of 2 wins.
Oh, okay. Wow. I really nailed the prediction. 2 wins. Okay. That's crazy.
I could very much see it happening. Yes, it's an extended schedule now.
He still only got 2 wins. Wow, I cannot believe I got that.
Yes, race close to Queso's
There we go.
level when it
Okay,
comes
so
to racing on
there's Oda.
MWRT. I think he's going to be up in the road. And then the final person in this category is going to be Oda. He's
Okay,
kind of in the same boat
Oda.
Queso's in.
I should have put him higher. I should have known he was gonna be consistent after last season. I should have known he would have done well in MWRT. I don't know why I didn't put him up higher. What sucks if I switch Oda and Queso around, this prediction is like just about spot on. I just had the two guys that have done a lot of MWRT in the wrong spots. I was too high on Queso and I was too low on Oda going into the season.
But I don't think he's anywhere close to Queso's level when it comes to racing on MWRT.
God, I didn't realize how um like I didn't realize how angry Queso gets on track and like how retaliatory he gets. Because that was a big reason why he was not very good this season. If he butted heads with anyone, whether it was the slightest thing or the biggest thing in the race, he would try and wreck them. He is turned into a red font kind of driver where if you don't get if somebody drives you not how you want to be driven, then he's going to try and wreck you, which is not great for what I was hoping as a team owner, but still made the playoffs. He was the only out of the ECR drivers to make the playoffs, which kind of shocked me, but at the same time, I'm not too shocked that he made the playoffs.
WRT.
Anyways,
He has a lot of experience on the game. He's the one that introduced us to the game pretty much.
hmm
But I just don't see him being a dominant driver in MW.
to be fair, he wasn't too dominant, but he was consistent. He was consistently in like fourth or third place all season, and went at Pocono with some pitch strategy. But yeah, and he drove clean. He did not get penalties really ever this season. He was a very clean driver, didn't really get too many penalties, which was a big thing.
WRT. There could be that stuff. I don't know how confident I am in him getting
Oh my God, stop talking
multiple
down on
wins.
it.
I think it'll
Jeez.
be just season to make sure he gets in. I think he could squeak out a sneaky win at a track, but
Hey, another out of the blue, like correct prediction. Sneaky win at Pocono. He was by far not the fastest driver at Pocono, but he had pit strategy and got a win because all he had to do was beat out Queso, which he had much more pace than Queso.
yeah, I don't see him eclipsing multiple wins this season.
Which so
So
far is
now we
true, and
go
I don't
to the
think it'll
final two
change
spots.
because we
The
don't have
7 and
any
8
other
seed going into the
kind of
playoffs.
places.
Again, this one could shock some people, but in my mind, it doesn't shock me at all. I've got the 4 of Hank Harvick.
Okay, this is a very good spot that I put him in. I think coming into the season, people would have been a little shocked, like what I was saying in the original prediction. I think a couple people would have been a little shocked by this after seeing how D2 went that second half of the season. Hank was very good in D2. I mean, he won the D2 championship partially because we switched over to MWRT, and that was he was very good at it compared to everyone else. But as the season went on, you could tell he was not a fan of the game at all. And he barely snuck into the playoffs. Technically, that's his actual seeding in the playoffs too, but to be fair, he would have been eighth if it wasn't for um King missing the race. But yeah, I mean, I technically got him in the right spot. I want to hear my reasoning
The
though.
big kind of argument for this is you're defending D2 champion. He beat out Queso in Queso's game. I I just don't see how it doesn't translate to D1. I just don't see it failing.
So what's my
Plus,
reasoning putting him down here
end of the
then?
season, he started to look really good.
He
He
did. He did look
had a
good
win
at the
at
end of the
Texas
year
during the playoffs, even though he
last
wasn't in it
season
anymore.
in D1.
Obviously, he made the playoffs as well off of points and not wins, which is always good to see.
Yeah, he didn't have a win
And
total in
I think he's
Texas. That
be
was his
ri-
first
he's
D1
gonna
win.
ride really high this season and be able to make the playoffs once again. So now I have to choose my 8 seed. Who is the
Oh, I
final
think this is where I
driver
get it wrong.
that makes the playoffs in season 8? There's some pretty big names still not on here. And I have to choose between some of those big names right now on who my 8 seed is.
Yep, I already know who the two people are.
Give me Rover.
Ah, God. Oh, man. This is where I was on the whole, um, D2 thing. I looked at Iron and Rover in D2 last season and said Iron didn't really perform well. Rover didn't perform well. Rover was good qualifying pace. Iron didn't. Iron only had one win, and that was because Rover and Smile messed up at Bristol. And I said I'm gonna take Rover over that. I took the D2 thing too serious. 'Cause to be fair, Iron wasn't even in the playoffs for a little bit. He was not doing very well, and Rover was in. Ah, and Daytona sealed it for Rover. Hank won. Rover got caught up in a wreck in turn 4. But I leave out Iron, who is like the 4 or the 5 right now because of people missing races and stuff.
As the 8th seed. I don't see him missing the playoffs. I know he's complained a lot about MWRT. He
Yeah.
doesn't like racing at MWRT,
Mhm.
but he's going to be the most consistent out of the drivers that are still left for me to pick from.
That's where I was wrong. Iron was so good early in races, then fell like 2 or 3 positions. Rover couldn't even get up there. But yeah.
I don't see him getting a win. I think that's pretty easy to say, but I think he very much will be the most consistent driver out of the drivers I had to choose from just now.
Which was wrong.
I
Iron
just
was
don't
better,
see
consistent
people
wise.
like Iron and Blue
Okay,
being
okay, I was right with
consistent
Blue.
enough
Okay, good, 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 good,
to
good.
make
Rover outperformed Blue.
the
That's
playoffs
what I
this
needed
year.
to boost myself.
I do not see it at all.
Dude, to be fair with how we saw other races from Iron in MWRT, oh my God, it looked like this was gonna be right for a bit, and then yeah, end of the season came along and Rover just could not find his stride after Charlotte.
Just don't. I'm gonna go on to what
Now,
I called sleepers on the bubble
so now,
or
okay, so on
outside
the
looking
bubble,
in. But if they,
so I put Iron,
it's
which was
very
good.
easy to say that he had a win
At
in
least I put him
D2
in
last
there.
season.
So
He's 2 last year. He had 1 win, and then the rest of his finishing positions were outside the top 5, which isn't
yeah,
great.
and I'm pretty sure
He
Iron
very much
finished
lucked
like
into that first
last in the
round in the
D4 in
playoffs
the
last
Champ
season,
4 race
and then
of
obviously got the win
whatever.
down big to make the next round in D2 to make the championship.
I'm just now noticing this. Iron has not made the Champ 4 the past 2 seasons in D1. Because season 6 was me soaring Dega King, and last season was me King Tanuki Blue. I'm assuming Iron made season 5. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he did. Because I'm pretty sure that's the championship everyone talks about. Rover didn't really deserve it, but got it. But yeah, Iron hasn't made the Champ 4 in 2 seasons. That I might have to take that in consideration for my championship predictions later.
The next driver, I have Red Font as my next.
Ooh, man, why do you gotta always ruin everything, Red Font? Oh, why did you have to leave the 88? Oh, this would have been such a good pick. I mean, it still kind of is. He, like, when he was driving in the 19, like, he looked good. Even in the 88, I mean, he got a second at, Atlanta. And then he did this whole retire. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm going to leave. KJ has to go to Doge. Like, he did all that. It's like, come on, man. If you would have just stayed in the 88, you would have had a shot at the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. At least I got the driver itself, like, kind of correct. Like, if he was actually in a ride, the same ride the entire season and decided to show up more, yeah, he would have been in this category for sure, fighting for playoffs.
Outside looking in driver. He, I, he's a very good driver. We finally got to see what he could do with a full season of racing last season
We
in
did
D3,
last season.
and he
D3 was
proved
his
himself
first
pretty well. He was
full season of
consistently
racing.
winning in multiple different styles of racing.
Yeah.
He is a good driver. I just don't know how well he is on MWRT.
That was the
So
other question mark. I didn't know how
that's
good a
the
lot of
big
these
reason I
guys
don't have
were
him
on
in.
MWRT.
I don't know how well he is.
I didn't know how Tanuki would do. I didn't know how well Smile would do. I didn't know how well King would do. Because D2, they didn't drive a lot in D2 last season. So I didn't really have a lot to base them off of. I just had to go off of what I thought was good.
It's on this game.
Then, yeah, Red Fun
So
as
I'm not
well.
just
I
going to
didn't
put him
know too
into the
much.
playoffs right away. But I very much do think if he is decent in
God, my mic cut
MWRT,
out so much during this. It was
he will
bad.
be consistent enough. Driver in this category is going to be Blue. Obviously, he
Okay,
has.
so really early season, this outside looking in pick, this like sleeper pick, was looking pretty good because it was kind of out of nowhere. He was like fourth in the points after like 4 or 5 races. It was like, hold on a minute, is Blue actually more consistent than people think? It was crazy to think. And then he missed like 2 races, had a meh race at Charlotte, and then just kind of from there went downhill because the next race was I think he missed. No, he was there for Talladega but got wrecked. Then he missed or yeah, he missed Sonoma. It was a lot. If he doesn't miss a crap ton of races, there's a chance he's in the playoffs. I mean, it took till Daytona. It took until after the Glen to eliminate him. But yeah, sucks that he couldn't have made it to more and possibly in the playoffs.
Snuck himself into the playoffs last season. He got a very controversial win at Indy and then somehow lucked his way into the championship race. Obviously,
Mm.
I don't expect that from him again as a team owner. And
No.
I just don't see the consistency from him in MWRT.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, as the season went on last season, he's looked better and better and better and better. Exactly what you wanted to see from a rookie last season. Now he's got his sophomore season,
It was the opposite this season. He looked really good early on and then fell off. Bad.
and he needs to prove him. Sticking to the playing field equals very a stupid. It's all
Let's
it
see.
is.
Who is the next
How
person
well
I
is he
put
gonna
in
be able
here?
to rip it all? Maybe he does.
I
It's gonna
put a
be
fourth
Kaz.
person, I'm pretty sure. I
Last
put
season we saw
Kaz. I'm not putting him on this again, bro. He never shows up to anything. He showed up to like 3 races this season. I'm not putting him back on this next season at all. There's no way. I cannot take this guy seriously.
him drive a lot towards the end of the regular season, and he wasn't half bad when he finished.
God,
League. Wasn't,
I'm not even gonna listen.
but you never know if he's consistent
Yeah,
with
no, he
system. Maybe
wasn't.
he does sneak himself actions
No.
for season 8.
So yeah, that was what I predicted. 7 for 8. I got out of the legit, like actual standings at the end of the regular season. I got 2 people in the correct spots from what I would have, but like being near like what should have been their actual spot. I got me, Smile King, Tanuki, and Hank right. So I got what? I got 5 people in very like legit spots, like in very close to their actual spots, which I'm proud of. Predicting 5 people to be basically in the correct spots is, I would say, pretty good. But with that being said, that is the end of me reacting to this. I'm gonna go now make my playoffs prediction, like who's gonna make the championships and all that. And yeah, I will come out with that video pretty soon, hopefully. So I will see you guys when that comes out. Bye.